So I wanted to make this video to give a few tips for people who might be interested in moving into the direction or take a career path in digital marketing. So unlike a lot of other jobs where, especially if you're younger and looking to gain practical experience, a lot of the times it's really challenging. And some of the things that I hear and what I've experienced growing up, I remember thinking that how the hell am I supposed to get a job in X industry or Y industry where nobody will give me any, won't give me a chance and I am not able to have any experience. And it's also especially disheartening when you go on to Seek or you're going on to the job applications and the list of requirements and experience and number of years that they want you to have before you can even get your application through the door makes it really discouraging. But I have to say, with digital marketing, being in this industry, I know that a lot of the skills you can learn with resources online. There's so much information on YouTube which teaches you how to learn the concepts from scratch, and then also way more advanced techniques which you can learn to refine your craft. So I have to say, with digital marketing, if you want to take on a career path in this industry, there's plenty of opportunities. I would say the best way in order to get recognized is to actually just do. So what I mean by this is choose the interest or hobby, and then think about how you can use that interest or hobby in order to learn some practical advertising or marketing or digital marketing skills, right? So when you think about digital marketing or marketing in general, it's basically a concept of creating awareness, creating interest, better communicating what your business is offering to the end user customer, right? And also understanding who your customer is, where your customer is likely to be, what is important to them, how your business is different from other businesses, and what your unique value proposition is. It also helps you highlight an offering to your customer segmentation. So if you understand who your customers are, what their interests are, what their demographic, their expenditure, what they value, you can use this information to refine your product and make it better. And in order to have a better product, you're going to end up with better customer satisfaction. But then also learning digital marketing helps you get your product in front of people who are looking for your product, or even better, get your product in front of people who hadn't even considered your product before, but they were looking for, say, like a solution to a problem. So my advice around where you can start is to list all the channels that are involved in digital marketing, try a little bit of each, and then figure out what you want to prioritize as a skill, because it really doesn't matter which one you learn. If you can understand broadly the basics of all the topics and then specialize in one area, that is going to help you showcase some of your experience by actual applications. So the areas in digital marketing that is probably most prominent in my experience working in an agency is that web design plays a big part, because a lot of businesses are found online and that's where they start. They might have a website which might not necessarily be converting or might not really be getting them enough inquiries, so they're looking for ways to get more traffic and more inquiries through their website. By extension of that, you've got Facebook, so thinking about where people actually look for businesses. There's Facebook, including posts, Facebook ads. There's Instagram, which is also owned by Facebook. On Google, the second biggest advertiser, There's Google search ads, there's Google display ads, which are basically banners within websites, and also in Gmail and other Google platforms like YouTube. So, display ads that show at the YouTube pre-rolls, for example. There's ads that are also on Microsoft. So if you are working in a white collar industry, then you've got LinkedIn ads, for example. Any sort of messaging through inbox and LinkedIn is done through Microsoft, and they've also recently targeted search engines under Bing ads. So those are the three main platforms. If you're able to learn some of the basic concepts through YouTube, for example, you can also use blogs to learn some of the basic trends around some of these industries and how advertising is evolving, because it's quickly moving in this space. I would say those are the main ones. So graphics design, website design, Google ads, Facebook ads, advertising channels, and skills that you can learn. I would say if you're able to, for example, if you're interested in, photography, or if you're interested in camping or hiking or whatever it is, use that skill, learn to write some content, or if you haven't already, learn how to try to build a social following. So you might post on Instagram, experiment with stories, experiment with the latest features on Instagram, such as carousels, learn a bit of graphics design, use some free image optimizing software such as Canva, and learn some of these basic skills which will help you build a social following. And then once you get to the point where you've got a bit of a following, you can then introduce yourself to some of the paid advertising platforms. So it sounds scary at first, but if you allocate, say, like, $2 a day, which is like $60 a month, you can try to promote your interest, business idea, freelancing service, whatever it is, to an audience or even a made up business, just to learn some of the concepts around advertising, which will come in handy if you ever want to run your own business or you want to work for somebody else in a digital marketing agency. So, for example, if you want to learn, if you find that you're more interested with Facebook as a platform rather than Google as a platform, you can go onto Facebook Blueprint, which is a really useful upskilling platform. There's Google Ads Academy for Google-based advertisers, and the options are pretty much limitless. So if you start with podcasts, blogs, YouTube, you can learn some of the basic principles when it comes to marketing, some of the tools that are frequently used in marketing, and ways that you can use these tools specifically to capture the attention of a business's audience or customer segmentation. So hopefully, some of these skills are something that you can potentially look into and use that as your base or foundation in order to learn some of these skills, which you can then add to your CV or your resume, and then as a result you'll find some potential work opportunities as a result of it. And if not, you might end up trying to run your own business or promoting some of your services yourself if you develop your skills well enough. Anyway guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. I am going to catch you guys on the next one, and I'll be running through some more concepts next time. All right, peace.